So why did Omar Mateen at least kill 49 people early Sunday morning and injure so many others? Filled with hate, filled with intolerance, driven by his religious and cultural beliefs, kind of a religious fascism we should denounce. The man didn't like gays. His father said he saw two guys kissing 2 months before in Miami and he couldn't let it go. His coworker said he would go after women and gays and even blacks and other minorities and talk about people in disparaging ways. His inflammatory language was such that the coworker complained. It led to the FBI questioning him in 2013. He was cleared. In 2014, the FBI questioned him again because of his distant relationship with a suicide bomber. Cleared again. We have to have a way of having these red flags stick in terms of surveilling people. Maybe he was more radical at the end than he was when they talked to him. Very possible. But rooted is an intolerance and a fascism. You can see the attitudes of intolerance, frankly, in Pew Research polls and Gallup polls in predominantly Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia, where 70% polled say they believe in Sharia law, they believe that gays should be killed, and that women who commit adultery should be put to death. We've seen stories of gays being thrown off balconies in Syria. It is pathetic. Frankly, uncovered women. We see female athletes in Saudi Arabia running in international competitions with their legs covered in silk. That's messed up. The only progressive that I know in national media circles that condemns that kind of attitude, that kind of mindset, is Bill Maher. Now, there's a giant leap. I don't mean to conflate the two things that lead to mass murder. No. And Muhammad Ali proved to us in his life, as we had so eloquently stated at his funeral, that he was a man of peace. The overwhelming majority of Muslims are people who believe in peace, in harmony, coexistence. But with 1.5 billion Muslims, 1/100% is too many. Too often we see these radicals adhering to literal ancient text. It happens with Christians. We see it with people shooting up abortion clinics. It's Salem witch trials. We have to go back. We can see people were stoned, the Scarlet Letter. Do I need to keep going? But wherever it occurs, by radical Christian fanatics or by Muslim extremists who do it in the name of ancient Islam, it should be denounced. It is religious and cultural fascism. We should stand for human rights and not worry about hurting feelings. We should be embracing our Muslim citizens to join us in the middle of American fabric so they can then, through imams and mosques, root out and identify the radicals so they can work with authorities and feel confident in doing so. If we put a wedge between leaders and Muslim Americans, we're going to have not just lone wolves, we'll have teams of wolves. My 2 minutes, my 2 cents, brought to you by Edge Construction and Capital Consultants. Bill McCoshen, a lobbyist who worked for Tommy, who gets things done. We can talk about this and more on the radio tomorrow at 8 on 92.1 FM The Mic, The Mitch Henck Show. Talk to you then.